Sana one day medals mo rin ang gamitin sa Olympics or kahit sa SEA Games, diba?
Wow.
Wow.
Si Maureen kasi, yung friends ko sa BNI is also her friends. Tapos, palagi na siyang hinahanap kung nasaan man ako o nasaan si Maureen. Eh, sabi ko, sige, mag-BNI member ka na.
Have you ever felt discouraged and wanted to quit, feeling left out and unable to connect? It's but natural to feel this way, as they say. Success is a journey of ups and downs. That's why your BNI family is always here to support you. Let's hear some of our member stories. Hope you can pick up something from it.
Alright, so yung next speaker naman natin, ito namang makakausap nyo ngayon is one of the founding members of the first chapter of BNI in Cavite, in Dasmariñas, Cavite. We worked with him directly kasi siya yung isa sa pinakamalaking supplier ng mga award and giveaways para sa mga events. And of course, ang hindi ko makakalimutan, nakasama din namin siya in representing the Philippines in the world stage during the last live global conference of BNI all the way in Poland. Mga isang buwan din kami, 3 linggo or halos isang buwan din kami magkasama. Umiikot-ikot ng Central Europe. So let's all welcome Mr. Francisco Santos. Francisco, how are you?
Very good. I'm fine. Good morning again.
Yeah, good morning, BNI. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation today, and we're so excited to hear your story. So yeah, let's begin. Bigyan mo naman kami ng konting kwento nung business journey mo. Paano ka ba nagsimula dito sa awards business dyan sa Cavite?
I'm a second generation business owner of a 34-year-old business. So actually, the business is owned by Maureen's family, and when yung parents ni Maureen moved to the States, we took over the business, and from there we strive hard para maibalik yung dating sigla niya. So right now we are at the 34th year and I own the business for 10 years.
Absolutely, and like you said, no, you've been doing very well, especially Cavite. Yung Tagaytay area, no, is really a known area for live events, diba? I understand you're one of the bigger suppliers of awards in the Philippines, right? You supply nationwide to all these companies, tama ba?
Yeah, we supply nationwide. Actually, prior sa pandemic, we even supply sports events outside the Philippines, particularly Singapore, and some of our medals reach US pa nga.
Sana one day medals mo rin ang gamitin sa Olympics or kahit sa SEA Games, diba?
Wow.
So Kiko, tell us your story. Paano mo naman na-discover si BNI and what was your journey when you first joined that first chapter in Zeal?
It was a busy day and somebody went to the office. Actually, hindi ko pa nga siya masyadong inintindi nung pumunta siya doon sa office. And during the conversation, nahihiya pa siyang ipakita yung leaflet ni BNI. You remember the single page leaflet ni BNI? Yung flyer niya. And then, ang sabi niya sa akin, Kiko, pasensya ka na, pero I would like to invite you dun sa aming chapter. And then she showed me yung leaflet. By the way, this is Anife. So, I couldn't say no to Anife kasi ang dami niyang, she sacrifices part of her income just to accommodate the request ng aking mga empleyado. So, I couldn't say no. Pero at the back of my mind before, sabi ko, ano lang ito? Baka it's a networking group, that was prevalent before. So, sabi ko, sige, I'll be there. Pagbibigyan ko. So, yun. So, dahil sa hiya ko dun sa tao, pumunta ako sa BNI event.
Alright. What did you discover after going to this event? Masarap ba yung pagkain sa Alabang na pagpasok mo? May masarap na buffet? Ganun.
Yung pumunta ako, ang first na meeting ko with BNI is with Ruel.
Oh yeah, Ruel, by the way, is the executive director for BNI Dasmariñas.
Yeah, Dasmariñas region. And ang dami pinapaliwanag ni Ruel, pero ako, nasa isip ko, mahina yung months namin ng June, July, August. So sabi ko, sige, I'll enter BNI and then I'll be out by August na. So parang papasok lang ako just to boost sales for 3 months and then I'll be out na rin after a while. Yun yung nasa mindset ko that time. And then Ruel invited me to attend sa Orchard. That's the first time I saw you.
All right. And what did you discover naman in this event? Eventually, tumulong ka para ma-build yung chapter. What made you decide na, okay to parang gusto ko itong gawin, and then tumuloy-tuloy nga? What were the things that you discovered about BNI?
Wala pa yung helping spirit sa akin nun Wala pa yung giver's gain sa akin nun Nung dumating ako doon, I saw people na naka-coat and tie, and then yung mayayamang tao, very well educated, owners of business. Ako naman, sabi ko, oh no, I'm out of my league. This is not the group for me. So, ang mindset ko, hindi ako pwedeng sumabay sa kanila kasi, they are very advanced in their years and very advanced in the business, in the knowledge. So, I tend to sit at the back of the room palagi, near the door. Pero, from time to time, palagi pag nakaupo na ako dun sa likod, nire-recall ako ni Andrew, Kiko, sit here beside me. Kiko, sit in front. So, that's every time you come into the room, kung mapapansin mo, nasa right side o nasa left side ako, na malapit talaga dun sa projector.
I see. And then what made you decide na, okay, sabi mo nga 3 months lang siya, member ka na. Did you enjoy your membership here? How was your stint here in BNI? Bakit siya tumagal? And then umabot pa nga yung point na kasama ka na nga namin sa lahat ng mga activities namin.
Nag-start ako ma-enjoy si BNIs during the info session. Alam mo yung fat letter, yung 60 names, 60 letters. And then, habang ginagawa namin yun, hirap na hirap kami. Kasi imagine, hahanap ka ng client, hahanap ka ng supplier, iba-background check mo, ipipill up mo yung mga data na wala sa'yo, tapos gagawa mo ng letters, tutupi mo. So, doon nagbuo yung core group na nagtatawagan, nagbibigayan ng ito, may sobra akong 5, may sobra akong 3. So, nagpapasahan kami. So, doon na-establish yung camaraderie. Tapos, nagsi-self-advise na rin kami na, mag-out na ako sa BNI kasi nahihirapan ako rito. So, kami na rin mismo sabi, hindi, kaya natin to. So, dun pa lang nai-enjoy na namin yung presence tsaka yung tulong ng bawat isa.
Absolutely. And when your chapter finally launched, tell us about your journey naman as a member. Na-enjoy mo ba? I understand you also held some officer positions, right?
Hindi ko na-enjoy being a member. Bakit? Ruel chose me to be the vice president of a new form chapter in Cavite. Sabi ko sa kanya, Ruel, are you really asking me to do this? First of all, I'm not qualified. There are more qualified people kesa sa akin. Sabi niya, brother, you can do it. So, nung nilaunch yung chapter, I'm holding the vice presidency position. We don't know anything. I don't know anything. I don't know how to do it. But I come to enjoy the position during the course of the first L.
So let's talk about business naman, Kiko. How was the business like? You talk about this journey. Sabi mo nga, hindi mo kaliga, biglang sumabay ka sa kanila, and then hindi mo naman alam kung kaya mo yung leadership position, you stepped up into leadership. What about the business? How was the business done with BNI? Was it able to help you moving forwards? Yeah.
Ang big impact sa akin ni BNI is yung na-change yung attitude ko in running the business and managing the people and doing the networking with other business owners. Kasi prior kay BNI, I intend to enroll myself sa the MBA, sa school. And then, during the course of being a member, nai-educate ka kasi yung older and more experienced members, especially yung mga matatanda ng member na first generation owner, talaga, papayuhan ka nila on their experiences, on what they do to a certain problem, and marirealize mo na, pinagdaanan pala nila to. So, comparing to MBA, and dun sa real life scenario na tinuturo nila sa'yo, siguro hindi matutumbasan ng pera
So it seems like it was really a fruitful first year for you with BNI, and even sama-sama nga tayo sa Europe in the end. So what situation led to the decision that you really had to take a break and file for a COC with BNI?
Largely is yung pandemic. Our business is running on events, sports events, big events, national level events. So when the pandemic hit, nag-subside yung mga events and not so sure kung matutuloy yung events for the whole year. So medyo gloomy na. So syempre, kung ganun yung situation, you cannot talk positively. And then I was given a slot to have my feature presentation. But the mood was very down and I couldn't even start doing the presentation, and the thought of me presenting about my products and services, yung nagre-remind sa akin na si events is down. Even you present it at this moment in time, it will not change. So sabi ko, I come to realize, teka lang, I think I needed a break. I needed to concentrate first kung ano yung masasalvage and kung ano yung kakailanganin to move forward with the business to survive it.
So tell us about that during that time, that you were salvaging what you could save. You're trying to move forward in terms of your business. How was it when, essentially you were trying to do it alone during this time?
I thought I was trying to do it alone. But during the pandemic, Paul gave me the plans for a facial. Sabi niya, Kiko, develop this product and we will market this for you. And eventually, we end up producing big volumes of that. And BNI members kept on selling the face shield for us. So parang naging money maker siya, not only for the factory, but also for the other members who wanted to take a little bit of profit, let's say 20 pesos, 30 pesos, 100 pesos per piece, para lang mag-move forward for the daily expenses. And then, when I filed for COC, I continued to consult with Rodin Strabo on suppliers who are the possible suppliers for the raw material. And this is a new member, Rodin Strabo kept calling on warehouse owners, supplier owners, and kahit sarado pa sila, napapabuksan niya yung gate ng mga warehouse na yon and inaalaw kami kumuha ng supplies. So imagine that, other manufacturers having hard time getting raw materials. Pero ako, I get materials directly from the warehouse kahit pandemic ko, kahit anong oras pa ng gabi.
Yeah,
so,
and it seems na maraming nakatulong, no? So yun na nga, no? You got what you needed or your objectives in your first stint here in BNI. And then even at the time you filed your COC and took a break, members were still supportive. It sounded like you lived the dream, diba? So what made you decide that, you know what, it's time to come back? And kakaiba nga, kasi when you decided to come back, hindi lang ikaw ang pumunta, sinama mo pa si Mrs. at nilagay mo siya sa ibang chapter. So, anong naisip mo? Bakit kinailangan mong bumalik sa BNI?
During the COC, Miguel, akala mo hindi mo na makukontak o wala na kayong connection with the BNI members. Pero we share resources, we share documentation, we share AIPF permits. So, we still see each other, and then RD, Ruel is still consulting, we talk online, we even meet outside. So, sabi ko, teka lang, the people in BNI, sila yung kausap mo. The suppliers is being presented to you by BNI members. Parang unfair naman yun na I'm taking on all the advantages of being a BNI member, except right now, you're on, diba? So, to be fair, I have to go back and do my part. So, sabi ko, Ruel, sige, I'll be back November. And true enough, November, I went back.
Paano mo nasama si Maureen at nasali siya dito sa mo? And Maureen, by the way, is his wife, yeah.
Si Maureen kasi, yung friends ko sa BNI is also her friends. Tapos, palagi na siyang hinahanap. Kung nasaan man ako, nasaan si Maureen? Sabi ko, sige, mag-BNI member ka na. So, Maureen ended up to be a member of BNI. Pero I requested na hindi siya sa same chapter. And also, be part of the core group, that chapter.
Were there any different things? Ano yung mga bagay na naging iba magmula nung first stint mo tapos nung bumalik ka? Were there improvements? How did the organization evolve in your perspective?
Mas lively siya ngayon. Ang daming bata. And all of the new members, lalo na yung mga young blood, they are very idealistic. And talagang they are fun to be with. Tapos, you tend to go to places na hindi mo pa napupuntahan before and to know people within that place. Like the other day, nasa San Pablo lang kami. Diba? Invited by a BNI member. And yesterday, nasa Indang Farm kami. Basically, the routine becomes you Diba? So, hindi mo na siya matatanggal on that environment.
Absolutely. Is there any advice that you'd like to give some of our alumni here in the room or even those who will watch this on Facebook? No? That some of them na, okay, we were a member before, but kagaya nung nangyari sa'yo, hindi naman natin mapipredict yung circumstance that will lead us na hindi na nga talaga natin, that we needed a break, hindi natin kaya in the meantime. What advice would you give them moving forward? Would you advise them to come back?
Getting a break is natural. Kasi syempre, tao pa lang Papagod ka. Papagod yung utak mo, papagod yung katawan mo. And the circumstances might not be favorable to you by that moment. It's okay to take a break. But during the break, you come to realize na your people are inside Diba? And even those who left the group, still, you become friends. And kahit hindi na sila part ng BNI, friends mo pa rin sila. And because of BNI, that you made that connection. Diba? And you made that connection very strong. Diba? So, it's easier for you to move forward with the business and yung personal growth mo kung nasa loob ka rather than outside. Kasi pag nasa labas ka, well, the connection is there. You have friends, but the possibilities of getting more in terms of business and building new relationship, medyo madidiminish na yun. Kasi you go back to the traditional way of doing things. Unlike kung nasa loob ka, you can move forward with the new things, new concepts, new friends, looking forward to new encounters and new places na pwede mong puntahan. Just have to have fun in being a member.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Francis, for your wonderful story. Palakpakan naman natin si Kiko. All right. Kiko, before I let you go, maybe you can give us your 30 seconds para we get to know more about your business and how we can refer you.
Well, online classes ends with an online graduation. However virtual it may be, graduation still needs a physical medal. We can help our schools by connecting them to us. We can give them reasonable discounts in a comfortable payment terms. I am Francisco Santos of MMP Award Specialist, makers of trophies, plaques, and medals, ang inyong kasama sa tagumpay.
All right. Thank you so much, Francis. Palakpakan naman natin yung dalawang speakers natin ngayon.